I'm turning.
Powered by Riverside.
Anyways, I tried something new with the intro, okay? It clearly didn't work. Oh
Clearly.
my god. Did you just run over a small child? You did something. I lost your audio. I can't hear you anymore.
Oh, come on.
Oh, now you're back. Now you're
There.
gone. Now you're back.
Oh, son of a biscuit.
Welcome, everybody. Skippy's on the road again. This always goes so well for us.
Rock, can you hear me now or no? Oh, probably
Well, I
not.
don't know. I can hear you a little bit.
Continue the show without you. 3 minutes, okay?
You're going to be what?
3 minutes.
You're home in 3 minutes?
Yes,
You're home in 3 minutes?
Be home in 3 minutes.
All right, everybody. This is our time to bad talk Skippy because he can't respond. Oh, I love it when Skippy's on the road. We have some. Uh-oh. We lost Skippy altogether. He'll be right back. Welcome to the people that are listening on the YouTube. A couple of stragglers on TikTok, and our couple on Riverside. While we wait for this 3 minutes, I kind of want to wait for Skippy to get on before we talk about our weeks. But yeah, we plan on talking some POS stuff today. If you guys have specific questions about POSs, we'll do our best. We'll try to do a high-end overview, more or less, of what's included, what kind of the initial costs are, equipment, and other ancillary features. We'll also go through what Skippy and I use and how we utilize those. And I think everybody, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we both use Square. We both are pretty happy with it. Yeah, I know the fees tend to be a little bit higher. We can get cheaper processing in other places. We can get cheaper monthly service. Good morning, Hagel on the TikTok. So yeah, we'll hit some of that too today. I would say an interesting week for Skippy and I. I know he had some days off for some things. My bad Friday kind of has continued throughout this week, so we're looking for a turnaround of events. Not much seems to be going right currently. I did finish my taxes last week, Monday, after we got done with the podcast. According to the IRS and me, we cleared about $70,000 last year, so excellent. So yeah, not bad at all. Finished those at about 9:30 at night, so just under the gun. When you have to write the checks, I tend to wait. So that's all done. And Skippy is way over 3 minutes now. This is why it's good to have two people, because it's really hard to fill airtime with just yourself. Let's see here. So as you all know, my last Friday not this past Friday, but the Friday before. We had our generator go and our refrigerator go. So we got a Predator 9500. We joined that whole family. Lots of good talk last week on the comments. Welcome you to the Predator family. The thing I absolutely hate about them, is they don't have a 50 amp plug and they go to a 240 split 30 amp plug. So we've been using it for a week. I got the correct twist lock adapter for that. That goes to a 50 amp RV plug. Works pretty good. We've had it overload a couple times. Mostly when we kick on, and these were just during tests, see what we can run and what we can't. Kicked on the AC or the heater, it overloads. It doesn't trip the breaker, it just overloads. So, in all my vast electrical knowledge, leads me to believe I need to make sure Skippy's not trying to get in. I'm sorry, everybody. We're just overloading one leg, so our electrical panel isn't evenly split, which means we should be able to run everything in the trailer if we maneuver some things around in the electrical panel so that those two sides are pulling evenly, is my guess. So, otherwise we just run without the AC for now. We only had it overload one other time without the AC or heater going. I'm just going to guess that everything just kicked in all at the same time. So all of our heating elements kicked in, the refrigerator kicked in, all that stuff kicked into either heat or cool at the same time and just sent a little surge that overloaded it. Other things I don't like about the Predator, that twist lock plug is absolutely terrible. We've had it come partially undone. So it untwisted and then started to vibrate out a little bit. So I got the text that we had lost a couple outlets. So when I got there, I was kind of checking things out, testing all the outlets, making sure there's actually power to them or not power to them. And then going through and checking everything else to make sure that we were getting power. I had asked Chris if anything had happened or changed at about the time that they lost the partial power. And you knew he lost partial power because the printer, the outlet the printer was plugged into was one of the outlets. I'm sorry, JT. Let me see if I can correct that real quick. I moved some things around on my docking station. So I'm curious if hey, let me get closer to my mic for a second. Let me get into my audio settings and see if it changed it on the back end. Sorry, everybody. Skippy is...
Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome back, buddy.
Hey, I'm
Welcome
here.
back, buddy.
Hey. Okay.
Hey. Sorry, I got some super quiet audio comments, so I'm working on making sure all my settings are still okay. Seeing if any of that is better, which it is not. Hold on.
Yeah.
Haha.
What's wrong?
So it defaulted back to my webcam on the Riverside app. I don't know that I can change it without leaving the podcast. So, everybody hold on just 1 second. Skippy, I'm gonna have to stop it and then get back in real quick. So you're gonna have to get in. Give me 30-ish seconds. Right, let me see if I just without. Never mind. All right. That should be better, I think. And let's see if we can get Skippy back. Sorry, everybody, about that. Holy crap. JT, that is awful. We will talk more Predator stuff in just a second, as soon as we get Skippy back in. I hope the audio is a little bit better now. If you guys can confirm that for me, JT. Welcome Shane on Riverside. And anybody else I missed on TikTok that I didn't see pop through. And Skippy is back in. Excellent. Flawless.
Woot, woot.
Woot woot. So I can leave. You didn't have to leave, apparently.
Oh.
I can leave and it'll keep recording, apparently, which I think is odd since I'm the host.
Oh, I did leave.
Yeah, I know. I saw you. You got out before I did.
Oh, okay.
But it popped up that said if you leave, the recording will continue.
So, okay. All our tens of people all our tens of people listening are now worried.
All right. I'm working on the audio, everybody. So we'll keep working on it. But I do have the right microphone now in, so it should be a little bit better. Always something.
Turn up your speakers, not yours. Everybody
Fran
else.
said hers are all the way up, and she can still barely hear me. So I guess I just need to talk louder.
Well, she only listens to me anyway, so.
Oh, good God. So while you were gone, I was going through my Predator dislikes over the week.
You still having problems with it?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I still don't care that it doesn't have a 50 amp plug. That twist lock plug is a POS. And it would actually be nice if it actually locked and went more than a centimeter turn to lock. So yeah, we had the same problem that you did. It came untwisted and started to pull out. It vibrated out a little bit.
Oh.
We lost a leg. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we lost half power. I wasn't on the truck, so I got a message from Chris. The only reason he noticed is because the printer was plugged in. So everything else that lost power was ancillary stuff, outlets, and that we didn't have equipment plugged into.
Yeah.
So he didn't really notice. I got there and started testing other outlets and stuff, and asked him if anything had changed when the printer went out. Like, did you notice anything? Did anything get turned on? Did anything get turned off? Blah 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 blah. He said, "I just filled the gas, and then I came back, and the next order we had, the printer wasn't working." So I wandered out there to just check, because you go to the last known good and anything that might have happened in the area. Solid troubleshooting, and noticed that the plug was on its way out. But yeah, I mean, luckily no arcs or anything in between those.
That's very, very lucky.
Yeah. So I let him know what to look for. So since we are now, we have a 20-foot 50 amp cord that's in the truck all the time because we have one spot that we can use it. Plug into their house power. So we just have that in there now and have the cord situated in a way that it pulls the twist lock to locking. Yeah. Yeah. So that should help a little bit. But yeah, I hate that it doesn't lock better. But yeah, my pull start still doesn't pull.
What?
Yeah. It's locked up. My pull start doesn't pull. I have to use the push button, which is fine. So I'm thinking about, I did not get the extended warranty or the warranty on it, but I'm pretty sure Harbor Freight within a couple of weeks will probably
they'll still
take care of it. Yeah. So other than that, though, I mean, it's worked pretty good. I think I told you on the phone that we turned the AC on and it overloaded.
Which is still weird to me.
An overload isn't a breaker tripping, so we're not maxed amp. So it's just my panel. So the two legs go into two different parts of the panel. So half runs on one leg, other half. So my panel's just not evenly distributed.
Oh.
That's all that means.
Okay, so it's not the generator one leg can't handle it.
Right. So there's the one leg that the AC is on also has probably the steam table on it. And all the other heavy hitters are all on the same side of the panel type of thing.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense.
Is my assumption. We did have one other overload on Saturday, just out of the blue, which I thought was odd. We didn't have anything extra running. I'm going to guess just everything kicked in at the same time. So all the heating elements turned on to reheat. All the fridge condensers all kicked in at the same time. So once we get things separated and more evenly distributed, I think it'll be fine. So overall, I like it. I just wish I had the 50 amp plug. It would make life a little bit easier. So,
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. JT said his Predator took a dump on Saturday, lost push to start, and then the pull string broke and had to jump starter solenoid to get going. So that sounds like a good time. Yeah, but
doesn't sound good at all.
And JT, I don't know if you've had small engine or car experience in the past, or you're one of those guys, but I sure haven't. But I've having that knowledge to know what to do to try to get things running. It's a knowledge base that I'm slowly gaining. There's not much on the truck that I haven't tinkered around with. Stuff that I wouldn't have touched 6 years ago. So yeah, now it's just to get Chris to that point where he's kind of comfortable. He's worried about breaking things worse while trying to figure out why they're not working, which I get. Too. Yeah, which I get, but at the same time, let's get things working. If it's not working, you're probably not going to damage it worse. Yeah,
you just keep rolling with it.
Yeah. So, Justin, Thursday, you forgot a service at a school for a school fair an hour away. Radiator and truck cracked halfway there. Welcome to the club. I guess everybody had a really stellar last week and a half. I did not mean to start this, everybody. It wasn't my fault.
I didn't work last week. So.
Yeah, Skippy. Let's start with your week. How'd it go?
Lack thereof.
Big sales week for you.
Listen, I almost broke even. No, I Tuesday and Wednesday I wasn't feeling well. Like I almost had like bubble guts. I'm like, well, maybe I ate something. It just wasn't working out. So I decided to go to urgent care, and they're like, open your mouth. I'm like, okay, weird. And they saw that I had a wisdom tooth that on my bottom left side that was broken through the skin, but it was very, very swollen. They're like, yeah, you got an abscess. That's not good. I'm like, well,
that's not
come to find out that my neighbor across the street, who's 91 years old, hardcore old man, nice guy, still trying to cut down trees with a handsaw. His daughter is a oral surgeon. So I called her, and she was able to fit me in at 9 o'clock. Actually, it was supposed to be 10 o'clock, but I showed up at 9 because it was hurting. And they're like, oh, we're sorry. We must have told you the wrong time. We'll get you in. And so the wisdom tooth is now gone. It still hurts, but it's feeling better. It's more of the jaw, like the connection that hurts, and not the actual area where the tooth is or was. But she said that I have no chance of getting osteoporosis because my bones are so good. They're very, very strong. Very, very strong bones.
Did you ask for that in writing so you can sue her for malpractice down the road?
No. Too nice of a lady. But my, for I don't know if you can, my tooth was that long for a wisdom tooth. She said it was huge. They took it out in 4 pieces.
Yeah.
They said they have very strong roots.
These are the worst humble brags ever.
Exactly. Like what's your claim to fame? I got strong roots.
Yeah, my wisdom teeth are huge.
Yeah. It's not the only thing. Anyway, so
head.
Yeah, I have a huge head. Just absolutely huge. Anyway, so
it's a family show, everybody.
Since Mama is listening, I blame you for not taking my wisdom teeth out. I still have one that's impacted, that's growing, or that went that way instead of up over here on this side. But nonetheless, I was already invested in a barbecue competition this weekend. Already had paid for stuff that was going to cost me money, so went there, and Friday we cooked the Beak to Beak Championship. It is the first time that I've ever been to a barbecue competition that I didn't try hard. Just kind of
What's for those that don't know? What's the beak to
oh,
beak?
beak to beak. So for anybody in the Great Lakes region that competes in a sanctioned contest that includes chicken, um, if you received a top 5 award, you're invited to the Beak to Beak Championship, sponsored by the Great Lakes Barbecue Association, which I'm a board member. If anybody wants to join, let me know.
Hella awesome trophy, by the way.
Yes, so
By
that
far
was
the best trophy that we've seen.
that. So that's the traveling trophy. It's the Stanley Cup of chicken. Uh, it will go to each person. They still have the belt. So I was out of 16 teams. I finished 15th.
Nice, good job, Skippy.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I just cooked it and turned it in. Yeah. So I felt better on meds kicked in early Saturday morning. It was close enough to home, so I went home and slept and got a good night's sleep. Got back. 4-meat competition was chicken, ribs, pork, and brisket. 63 to something like that teams, and we finished with a respectable 11th in chicken and a 14th in brisket for a 24th overall. So top third. Really, really extremely high scores. Michigan, we had 2 700s in one contest. Just big scores. They called Mike Terry, who was the founder or one of the founders of the Great Lakes Barbecue Association, was doing the readings, and you non-comp people may not get this, but Josh will. 15th in the pork category, because they called top 15 because there's so many teams, was a 175. Yeah. So Mike said, what happened to all these scores 6 years ago?
Kidding.
Anyway, so we had 2 180s also. So
Nice.
which is for people who don't know, is a perfect score. So I was happy with our cook. The good thing about the 11th in chicken is there's this new thing called Wild Child, where everybody puts in $20, and a category is drawn, and whoever gets 11th in that category wins all the money. So I happened to be the chicken category was drawn, and I happened to be 11th in chicken. So I won $1,100.
Nice.
That basically paid for the tooth, because my insurance they don't take my insurance, so I had to pay out of pocket $960.
I mean, of all the expenses that I'm hearing about from our chat and from me in the last week, 900 doesn't seem so bad.
No, 960 does not. Yeah, it's fine. So we did not work at all last week. Came away with $1,100, and yeah, yep. That's and we're look forward to this week.
So you did zero food truck stuff last week.
I walked in it a couple times. I did have 3 funny things happen on Saturday, though. 3 people fell out of my trailer.
What?
Yeah, they didn't look down and see that there was a step there that they were supposed to step onto. One of them was my wife, so of course I heard that.
Shane wants to know, what do you cook on for a comp?
I had my Rectech, which I could do food truck stuff on, along with 2 Gateway drum smokers.
Excellent.
55-gallon vertical drums, in case anybody doesn't know.
Hope that answered your question, Shane. Let's see.
The other best thing was so Mr. Brisket. Well, Mr. Brisket is now a proud. Very happy to have him on board for competition barbecue. He offers a competition box and was actually delivering it to. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
You were blowing into the microphone. I mean, if I had hair, it would makes sense. But anyway, so the best thing about it is I didn't have to trim a damn thing. I ordered it all from him. It's all pre-trimmed, including 16 chicken thighs, and it was the greatest thing in the world. Not having to do anything, not having to trim anything was just flipping great.
Well, good. I'm glad that all went well for you, Skippy.
Ish.
Yeah, I mean, as good as it could have been.
Yep.
Glad the mouth is feeling a little bit better.
Still a little chipmunk cheek going on, as my dentist calls it.
Can't even notice.
No.
Camera smooths it right out for you.
Beautiful. AI is great.
It's
Wish it would
perfect.
take care of the rest of it.
Yeah. Let's see, my week. Yeah.
Start with Tuesday. How was Tuesday?
I would like to say that we just had one bad day last Friday, and that was the end of the bad luck stretch, or miscommunication stretch, or any of the other stretches.
Oh no.
I may need to take a phone call, and we'll get to that reason here in just a second. I can't remember last week what we were doing.
Well, it was the middle of April.
April the 23rd, huh? Oh, yeah.
No, that was April the
16th.
5th. April the 16th is
Tomorrow's
the start.
the 23rd.
Tomorrow is?
Yeah, it was a little bit cooler this week. I think Sunday or Tuesday was our best weather day, which then ended up being probably our best sales day of the week, I think. I'm pretty close to it at least. So yeah, Tuesday was fine. We thought we got over the hump maybe on everything else that was going on. We did roll out. Nope, we had not yet. Wednesday we were at the Fillmore Complex, Ottawa County. Corrections and county offices all are in one property. It's always been a really good spot for us. This was our second time there, and a second dud in a row for us there. So I'm not sure. We're waiting it out because it's been so consistently good for 2.5 years. So we're kind of just waiting it out, seeing if it turns around. I think it will. But yeah, it's been a little bit disappointing on those two. And then our second time at one of our favorite subdivisions, also another dud. So weather had turned a little bit. It was very windy. It was chilly. But that's usually a subdivision where it doesn't matter what the weather is, rain or whatever, and they're on their way out. So we'll see. We're trying to be patient with some of these. And the fact that most of our new locations have been pretty rock solid so far. We're kind of rolling with it. So Thursday is where things take a turn and get a little bit interesting again. So we were on my calendars, both calendars.
Oh boy!
As I've been making sure we're good everywhere. I've been double checking all the dates, going through everything. I go to send her an email letting her know that we are doing text to order for their location, just to help with speed, blah, 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 and realize that where the previous message that I'm replying to, it just happens to pop up all the dates. And the date that I see is this week, not last week, as they're dates that are confirmed for the year. Make sense? Follow me?
I think so. So
when I moved it from the email to the calendar, I either picked the wrong day, like went up a week. And there's a reason that would have happened is because that date was already filled with another location. Yeah. So, and they're both Corwell. They're all Corwell offices. So I had the real schedule via email. Both of them were scheduled for this Thursday, the 25th. But I had transcribed the one that we were on our way to. Chris was on his way to. Already had another truck there that day. So, and I find this out through the email. Said, I'm so sorry. I must have screwed something up. Is there a chance that you guys don't have a food truck there today? She's like, no, we do. I said, okay. Chris is on his way. As soon as I get a hold of him, I'll have him turn around. Luckily, though, I mean, we were able to set up in Dutton at our insurance place. Turned out to be a pretty decent lunch, pretty average lunch there. So we didn't really lose out there. other than me looking like a dumbass. Luckily for the Corwell people, this doesn't happen for them with us. And they're all super nice people. Yeah. Oh, but wait, it gets better. I guess this actually started on Wednesday. When the apartment complex that we were supposed to be at Wednesday reached out to me Tuesday evening and said, "Hey, I was looking at your schedule. I didn't see us on there for Thursday night." And I look at my calendar, and sure as shit, they're there. I don't know what I did. I don't know how it happened, but it's on the calendar. It's on all our calendars. It just got fucked up, which has been a kind of a theme over the last week. Either I'm trying to go through the stuff too fast or whatever. But yeah, there's been a lot of time with me spent with my two calendars, making sure everything's kosher, making sure all my emails are kosher, and that we're properly scheduled going forward. So yeah, we had to originally change our weekly schedule for Wednesday night or Thursday night, and then the whole issue with Thursday lunch. So Thursday wasn't a super great day, as you can imagine, with all the last minute changes. Friday at Wiseman, we had a really solid lunch, and then it did its typical kind of teetered off towards the end. Again, weather wasn't awesome. It was super windy and super chilly by the time the afternoon rolled around. Really getting tired of that weather pattern. And then Friday night, as I was sitting at home on my couch, a half hour before bed, I go to slide off my couch to the floor to play with my dogs for a little bit. As I'm about 6 inches from the floor, I get a searing, sharp pain through my left kneecap. In the football world, we'd call that a non-contact injury. So didn't think much of it. I could walk without pain. It was just kind of there, and then it was a little sore. Went to bed. Everything was good. Woke up the next morning. It felt really tight. Worked for the day, and as the day got on, it started to swell up a little bit. Got more sore. Not really pain, just more sore. Got home, decided it was probably best to just check things checked out. So I went to the emergency room because I was late enough that urgent care was late enough, too late for urgent care. So off to the emergency room I went. After lots of poking and prodding and moving things around and some imaging, the consensus is that it's a probable meniscus tear. I am currently waiting on a phone call back from the orthopedic surgeon. They gave me some really good drugs, though. Shane, I'm trying, dude. Everywhere I see is my mic volume is where it's supposed to be. Not sure why it's so low right now. I have no idea what's going on with it. I'll try to talk louder, everybody. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's where that is at currently. It is a likely minor surgery, but with some pain involved and me trying to figure out how I'm going to get up and down out of my trailer. Chris suggested one of those little handicap pool cranes that we can mount to the porch. Yeah. I thought maybe we could just figure out a ramp or something. But, it'll be one of those two, probably.
You still got one leg in your arms. You'll be fine.
I know. Yeah, I can make that hop one-legged. Carrying a case of meat. No problems. So yeah, it was.
Looks like you're going to be the one taking payments and not standing over there.
Yeah, I took some yesterday. I mean, the weird thing is, it's one of those injuries that doesn't hurt that bad, unless you're doing a very specific type of angled motion or whatever. That it's something that needs to get taken care of. I mean, I definitely don't want to live with the discomfort. So.
It'll heal itself after a couple months.
Nope, it sure won't.
Oh well, sounded good.
Not unless you believe those the old age healing methods of I just need to take a certain blend of mushrooms and vitamins, and that meniscus will just grow right back.
Hey,
I've been trying to source some umbilical cord fluid. Thought maybe some stem cells would help, but I guess you can't just eat those.
No, they definitely no.
That's
I do want to shout out somebody real quick because that I forgot.
Shout out
because he's
time.
he's a loyal listener of ours. Mr.
We
Michael
have those?
Guard. Yes, Mr. Michael Guard. Thank you for stepping up, taking pictures and photos of all the winners and of the spring fling.
I'm taking my microphone condom off. I'm hoping that helps with the audio.
Well, you're loud in my eyes.
No, that's all that matters to me, Skippy.
You're good. But thank you, Michael, for stepping up and taking pictures of everybody. Thank you. Anyway.
Excellent. Way to go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. Also a loyal customer of ours when we see him. So thank you, Michael.
Well, I told him I was going to be in Allegan in June, and
he's going to come out and see you?
He's going to come out and see me.
Excellent.
Well, because there's also beer and alcohol there, too, so.
That helps. That helps whenever you see Skippy is to have some beer or alcohol.
Absolutely.
Justin says, is my microphone in phase? I don't know what the hell you're talking about, dude. It's a very simple setup here. Let me play around my plug. Uh-oh.
I thought this was a family show.
What's up, brother?
Tuesday. I don't even know where the hell that came from. I saw it on TikTok.
You don't? You got to look up Sketch.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sketch does live stream gaming. His best of is pretty good.
Oh, I just saw it on TikTok with a bunch of people going up to their athletes, like the Utah Jazz did it or something like that.
I have no buttons, Justin. I'm going to wiggle and
wiggle it just a little bit.
Give it to me. Please stand by.
Well, now he just left. That was rude.
Hi.
Sounds different.
Does it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I just threw everything off of my desk. Really, all I did was
done.
I unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Huh.
Meanwhile, the arm that held my microphone fell off the desk and then cleared off the desk.
Okay,
I'm not sure why the recording went out.
We're having a great day today.
This is pretty normal for us. I'm hoping the audio is better. I am showing a better output now. So thanks everybody for your help. Maybe I did push a button and didn't even realize it.
I can definitely hear you clearer.
Oh, that's good.
And I can definitely not hear you. That simmer down, Turbo. Not good. So we're talking today about POSs. POS.
Look at me.
I'm looking. You and your Honolulu blue.
Thank you, Fran. Fran says much better. Justin Harris says 1,000 times better. So let me start back over at the beginning of my week.
Oh, boy. I don't think we want to go through that again.
Justin says he can almost smell my breakfast. I had 2 no-bake cookies, if that helps, Justin, to complete the picture.
I had a protein shake.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Oh, POS.
So we're talking about POSs and not what you would call another person. This is a point of sale system.
So Skippy, let's start out. What do you use and why do you use it?
Why are you going to start with that? Start with the hard stuff. Okay.
That's easy.
I use Square. I use Square because that was the only one I knew about. Just to be absolutely honest with you. But I also utilize a lot of features that Square has that I like. I utilize their invoice system. I utilize their banking system. Yeah, so I utilize a lot. And the one thing that I don't want to go through is if I ever change to a different POS system, they have to have some sort of banking system with it. Are you playing with your rod again? Just you broke it. All right. So yeah, so that's what I use. What do you use, Josh?
I am also a Square user.
Okay.
So I did a little bit more research than Skippy did, probably. So for me, I was between Square, Toast, and Clover when I started. Things that helped make my initial decision 5 years ago. It was cost of entry was the biggest thing. So Square was the cheapest for me to get into immediately and had the lowest monthly fee initially. And I was just we were just using our phones when we were just doing weekends for that first half a year. So it was easy to set up. It was, I think, $25 a month is all we were paying for Square. And then the processing fees. We just had a little Square plug-in to the 3.5 that we were running cards off of. We had 0 printers. We had a 0 real cash drawer. So definitely not a connected cash drawer. So that was the easiest. And then once we were there, kind of like Apple, they do a really good job of keeping you there. Because the feature set is nice. And I'm all about convenience and having less things to manage, or less places to manage the things I need in. So once we got to the point where we added people to payroll, it was super convenient that I could do that through Square, all through the same app. Very seamless and very easily do all that right there. And they would pay all the employer taxes. They would send all that out for me. They'd file all that for me. It made it super easy. So yeah, they got their hooks in with the convenience stuff. I am almost positive we're probably paying more than we would if we separate this out into other places. But for me, the convenience is worth the extra little bit of money. So that's why we're with Square. I'm super happy with it. I have 0 complaints with Square. I know people say that it goes down all the time. I think we've had 2 instances where it's actually been down during service, and it has affected 0% of things. It switches to offline mode, so you can still take payments. And then, there's a chance that you're going to have something that's doesn't process properly, but I'm not going to be shut down for the day. I'd rather have 30 orders that do process and 1 that doesn't, versus not having 30 orders. Yeah,
absolutely.
So, I think
no matter what, you're going to figure it out. So no matter because with any POS system, if it ever goes down, you're going to have to find a way to figure it out.
Yep. Their online ordering stuff is good. All their stuff it's all pretty good. It's all pretty intuitive to set up for the most part. They do have some advanced features, but you don't have to use them. So I've tried to use a custom domain for our online ordering because we have our own domain already. And that's where I started screwing stuff up. So now I just have a button on our website that pushes to the Square site. So all works great. That was something I didn't get into and I forgot about. We started doing online ordering. Ran a test out Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That'll work.
So far, so good. A lot of compliments. We haven't had it during a time that it's been super busy with like walk up, so we're getting a lot of both. Once Chris figured out where the notifications were, that helped. So we get a screen pop now. There is a sound that it makes, but it's not very loud. There's a 3.5 jack on those registers on the side of the screen. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. I'm not positive it will accept a speaker. Like, I don't know that it works that way. But we're going to try to plug a speaker in to see if we can get that to ding louder. Because if we're like back doing dishes, because we play music in the trailer, so if we're back doing dishes and that's a just a soft ding. We're not going to know that there's an order. So we just need that to be a little bit more in your face type of thing. But other than that, yeah, it's worked great. The nice thing is so we don't have the tickets print automatically. They don't print until we hit in process. Like we have to